Barbers Point's on the island of Oahu, in the Hawaiian Islands. Oahu being the gathering place is where most military is in this state.
Basically on the southwestern corner of Oahu. So to our west we have Kauai, and then to our east we have Molokai and Maui, and then the Big Island.
We kind of split between California and the Hawaiian Islands, so that's where it starts at. Then it goes west all the way to Japan. North we'll split between Kodiak and Alaska and us, and then south down to New Zealand, Australia area. So, I mean, it's huge. We have 4 C-130s, 4 H-65 Charlie helicopters, have 200 enlisted crew members that support and maintainers and flyers, and roughly 10 civilian personnel.
We do mainly search and rescue, and then a lot of training missions to train for the search and rescue, hoisting, practice. And then we also do whale patrols, make sure nobody's out bothering the whales.
Search and rescue, primarily a lot of it is fishing industry. Obviously it's pretty big out here. So mariners, they go out and get in trouble. Boats capsizing, leaking, or people falling, getting hurt. We do a lot of that. Medevacs from cruise ships, people, recreational boaters in trouble, or people surfing or parasailing, they get into trouble. We do a lot of fisheries patrols where we go to other territories or other nations and help them enforce their fishery laws. And we also have a pretty good counter-drug mission that we do down in South America.
Giving you your egress brief.
It varies every day. We will do Homeland Security patrols, ensuring that there's no terrorists causing problems in any of the boat harbors, as well as aids to navigation.
Great thing about Hawaii is we got the ocean right there, so there's a lot of good training environments to do different swimming and exercise stuff, especially up on the North Shore with big waves coming in the wintertime. Do a lot of cool training up there. Perfect place for a rescue swimmer to train. Challenges everywhere in terms of rescues. Luckily the water's warm here, so that's something we don't have to deal with. There's cliffs, and most of the time the weather is beautiful out here, but a lot of the time, you never know when it's not going to be. And so you always got to be ready for those types of situations where the waves get really big and people get in trouble, and you never know what you're going to have to go out into.
One of the reasons why we have the 65s out here is to support the cutters and be able to deploy from Hawaii the 2 cutters that we have out here.
Out here the biggest challenge is the distance that we have from our depot maintenance facility. Just even transferring aircraft, we have to put our aircraft in another aircraft to get it transferred to depot maintenance. Getting parts out here can be a challenge. There is no overnight delivery, so everything takes at least 2 days. So if we have an aircraft go down and we're waiting on parts, it can take a bit of time.
We do run into some corrosion problems. It's humidity and salt air is part of what we have to deal with as a mechanic. And they've done studies, and this is one of the higher corrosion areas out of the Coast Guard, so we have to stay on top of that sort of thing.
For the C-130 side of the house, we do kind of a menagerie. On a regular day, you're going to do one training mission that's for 2 hours or so. But when you do get launched, you're either going to get launched on the long-range SAR, or you're going to do some sort of law enforcement mission. The bread and butter, the C-130, which is airdrops of either pumps or rafts, survival equipment to people that are in the water. That's one of the primary things that we train to. We go up there, if we have something in the water, we'll drop a smoke to it and then fly our patterns off that.
I think that it's important to do these training evolutions because when we have an actual case, we need to know exactly how to do it without hiccup and without hesitation. It's very important for us to train on a regular basis so that we stay fresh and we stay coordinated.
And we're 2,500 miles away from the California coast, so we're kind of out there on a limb. When the SAR alarm goes off, a lot of times it's for an overdue skiff or vessel that's on an outer island of Guam or someplace that's 10 hours away. So we have to transit there and then get some rest and then get up the next day and go start looking for them. So that right there kind of makes us different because generally speaking, when we get called, it's something that's really far away.
One night I was here and it was like an hour before I was supposed to be relieved of duty. We got called, we had to go to Guam. And then from Guam, we had to search out there all over the place. And that was just a moment's notice. We got to be really flexible, have to be extremely flexible, because we can leave for, I was gone for 2 weeks.
It's interesting that when I fly around the islands, I've flown extensively around the Hawaiian Islands, and I see a lot of unique things that other people that have grown up here their whole lives have never seen. And I'll mention something about an area and they're like, what are you talking about? And it's a good feeling. It just makes me happy about what I actually do.
I really like all the stuff that we can do, you know, when I'm on my off hours. Just I run, and I'm just starting to do paddling, which is a really big sport around here. And there's just tons of things to do: snorkeling, hiking. It's just a beautiful area.
And I like it here. It's a good place to be, good people to work for, good people to work with. I enjoy what I do. They pay me to throw stuff out of the back of a plane, so I can't complain, you know.
The Hawaiian paradise. The people here are great, the island's great, the lifestyle. So, and the flying's great. Out there at Diamond Head, doesn't get any better than that. I love it. Barbers Point's the place to be.